I was impressed with just how many different, seemingly different countries and platforms you're able to get integrated with Elrond. Even in America, there's a couple places where people are able to buy or sell or transact the eGold. Is that hard coming into America because there's so many regulations?
Yes, we are actually quite careful with this aspect, especially with the US, with all the regulation that exists. But after we do our homework on the regulation part, then we try to push as hard as possible. We strongly believe that eGold is the native currency that will power this new digital economy that we create, that interestingly enough will be able to interact with government money, with other cryptocurrencies, because in Elrond's case, we're not incompatible with government money and the other cryptocurrencies. In fact, we believe that at the end of the day, it's about the user. If we can offer a significantly better solution to the user to have a much better and improved life, then at that point, the governments should want the same thing. And if they want to leverage the Elrond architecture, they can do it. It's just that it will be with a bit different rules. They will not be able to use their rules, but rather they will want to play, use the technology, which is very useful, but do it in a mindful way, just because the rules are a bit different. And so this is why we're putting a lot of effort into bringing Elrond to a lot of exchanges, a lot of payment processors, and making it as simple as possible to acquire Elrond and then also use it. We'll very soon with this new application have a kind of utility that is probably unparalleled in the space. When I say the new application, I mean Maiar. So yeah, we strongly believe in this, and we believe it should be available everywhere.
Interesting. I did have a question. Is it accurate to describe Elrond at its current state as fully decentralized? I only ask because I know you're still a young project, and for a lot of the younger projects, they get more decentralized over time.
Yeah, so the idea here is that we believe in what is called progressive decentralization. So the key thing is that first, you want to start a network that is very, very high performance, and it's working in its, let's say, aimed parameters. And as you grow, you of course started in a decentralized fashion. So you started with the community, operated with the community, but there is a kind of degree where for the beginning, we need to operate the software in a specific way. It's not up to anyone to change the software at this point, but it will become easy. So it's easy for anyone to make suggestions, but we still have space to improve in the decentralization part, and it's just a matter of time. So once the network has the next level of staking, everyone will be able to become a validator. There's no restriction, and the network will work really well with that configuration. Then on the other hand, I do believe that there are many projects that are essentially useless, although they're decentralized. So decentralization is this kind of feature that cannot be a good in itself. So if you're decentralized but you cannot achieve anything useful, then it's not necessarily anything to be proud of. If you have, on the other hand, a network that is working as it should, and it's useful, and it brings some value, and it's decentralized, at that point, of course, it's much more valuable. And we try to stress this idea that you first need to become useful, and then you can decentralize, or of course, you need to start with a kind of degree or level of decentralization from the start. Otherwise, there will later not be any kind of incentive to do this. And we've seen some networks like delegated proof of stake networks that have failed, particularly in this respect. But Elrond is built from scratch to achieve a wider decentralization than any kind of proof of stake network up until this point. So we're quite positive of how this process will work.
Very interesting. Hey, for the full interview, make sure you check the link in the description and subscribe to the channel for more daily videos just like this.